Well, welcome back to Pesci's Kitchen. This creamy chicken noodle soup is destined to become your new favorite chicken noodle soup recipe. You can't beat this juicy chicken, plump noodle, tender carrots, and celery swaddled in a worthy creamy herb and Parmesan-laced chicken broth. So let's get into it. 2-hour Dutch oven pan here that's on a medium heat. We're going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. All right, so once this is melted, we're going to go ahead and turn the heat up to about a medium heat. And to the Dutch oven, we're going to add in our carrots, our onions, and our celery. All right, so what we're looking at here is we want to sweat our onions, our carrots, our celery. And if you remember from my last video, we've talked about what these 3 things are called, and they're called mirepoix in French. And this is called sweating. We're just sweating up our vegetables, we're sauteing them on a high heat, and we're cooking them until they're nice and soft and translucent. Okay? The onions will be more translucent than the carrots and the celery. All right, so we're nearing where they need to be. For us to move on to the next part, we're going to go ahead and add in our 5 to 6 minced garlic cloves and give that a stir for about 30 seconds. And just enough to cook the garlic, not enough to burn it. We don't want to burn the garlic. Burnt garlic will create a bitter taste. Okay. And then we're going to sprinkle in our flour. Now this flour is going to thicken our soup. So we want to make sure not to burn the flour, but we want to make sure we're constantly stirring this around. And if you need to, go ahead and add more oil to the pan. So we're just going to sprinkle in our 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. We'll turn down our heat. And it will get really gelled up here. It'll get really thick. It won't look like it's doing much, but we want to cook out that flour, otherwise it'll be raw. I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit more extra virgin olive oil. So we're going to go ahead and add in our chicken. Give that a stir. And we're also going to go ahead and add in our 8 cups, or just eye it, but 8 cups of chicken stock. Now we made this chicken stock, and you can see that in one of our up-and-coming videos. So we'll come out thick because it's cooled. Now we're going to wait for this to come to a rapid boil before we go ahead and turn down the heat. We want to make sure we break up all the particles down below of the chicken, the mirepoix, and also the flour. Make sure we incorporate that. All right, and so now what we're going to do is our chicken stock has gone from a congealed chicken stock from the refrigerator to the liquid that it is when you heat it up. We're going to go ahead and add in our spices. So we'll add in our thyme, give that a stir in. Our parsley. Our oregano. Our bouillon, which is just a concentrated version, kind of enhances the chicken broth that we made. We're going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. What are you thinking? Does it look good?
Looks good, alright.
All right, and we're going to add in our pinch of red chili flakes.
All right, and we're gonna add in our bay leaf. Okay. And then we're just gonna go ahead and put a cover on it until it comes to a boil, just a couple minutes. All right, so we're almost at a boil here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna lower this heat in just a second. All right, so we're at a boil, so we're gonna go ahead and lower our heat down to a simmer. A simmer is just gonna drop it down from 212 degrees Fahrenheit to roughly 180 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and put that lid on, and we're gonna let that chicken cook for about 12 to 15 minutes until it's tender. All right, so we've been cooking for about 12 to 15 minutes now. Take the lid right off. And we're gonna just add a little bit of pinch of black pepper. Give that a stir. And the soup is kind of thick already, right? It smells divine, it looks great. But we're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna finish it with our half and half. And I've went ahead and I've mixed in the half and half and the cornstarch, and we're just gonna, that creates a slurry. So we're just gonna pour this slowly as we stir it in. Add as much or as little as you want until it's your perfect texture or creaminess. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and add in our noodles to the pot. We'll go ahead and give that a stir just to combine them. And now we'll take our lid and we'll add it on top, and we'll let those noodles cook for about 5 minutes. All right, and once you're done, serve it up into a bowl. Sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. Now let's give it a shot. Let's taste it. I love it. It's very chunky. The chicken is whole. The carrots are whole. You got your pasta. I love whole stuff. Fills you up a lot quicker. So let's go ahead and give it a taste real quick. Wow. That's awesome.
And just like that, you have homemade, creamy, and delicious chicken noodle soup. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. Remember, share this with all your family and your friends.